Hey cycling community, this is Steve Groussos, the Cycling Greek. This is a new training block. It builds on the other training block. So what I'm going to be doing here, I'll be describing later on in the video. Something else I've noticed is my sleep and how it affects my heart, or what I perceive what's going on in my heart. So a couple days ago, I was getting ready for this job interview that was going to be happening later that day, and that night I slept for about 90 minutes. I was up for a while and slept for 2 hours, and off to work I went. And to the job interview. Ordinarily I can feel things that are going on with my heart. If there's a skip beat, if there's acceleration, if it wants to accelerate. It's happening a lot more on that day. Partially because of the sleep, or lack of sleep, and partially because of the job interview. Last night I got good sleep. Today I haven't paid attention to my heart at all. Don't know if that's bad or good. I just go with it. I figure that's the pattern that I'm in right now.
As I had mentioned earlier in the video, the training block that I'm starting now is built on the training block that I had last month. I was doing the same 8-mile climb usually once a week. I was doing 5 minutes in a bigger gear with a cadence in the 50s. My intensity was tempo plus, definitely below threshold though. I would then do 5 minutes in an easiest gear that I had, and I would spin lightly, recovering for the next 5-minute interval. I did this all the way to the top. This training block, I'm still doing the 5-minute big gear, 5-minute small gear thing, but this time I'm using the same intensity for both the big gear and the small gear sections. I pretty much kept it around tempo. Now for the big gear, instead of going down into the 50s for my cadence, I kept it closer to 70. My smaller gear interval was around 85 to 90 RPM. It is interesting to note that at the beginning of last month when I did my time trial test up this climb, my heart rate was at about 95% for 53.5 minutes. This time during the tempo work, my heart rate was just below 90%, I'd say about 88%, and I did it about 45 seconds slower at 54:15. That tells me that my training plan and my execution of it is working. After I got to the top, I spun around for a bit so I could recover. I then went down the fire station wall so I can come back up it doing high intensity intervals. The intervals that I was doing were 20 seconds maximum, 40 seconds easy. Now the maximum were basically sprinting for the 20 seconds and the 40 seconds easy, well they were as easy as I can go since I was going on a 12% climb. Once I got to the top of the fire station wall, I was done with my workout. There's no need to do any more, no need to hammer it back to the car. I met up with my teammate and we rode a steady endurance pace all the way back.
Thank goodness that turned out to be a good workout. When I first got started on that major climb, it seemed a bit labored. But then I warmed up because I wasn't going that fast going up to the climb. I think that was it. I kept that more easy endurance. Had a great run on the wall. Showed some improvement over the last time I did it. And now it's time to go home. Remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.